Some technical trouble this evening for City Power as they attempt to take over Joburg's power cut schedule from Eskom. Now, it was meant to start today, but City Power has sent out an alert saying that they haven't got it quite all in order yet. Let's get more details now from Jack Sekwaila, a member of the mayoral committee for the Environment Infrastructure Services Department in the city of Johannesburg. Thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, you can't speak for City Power, but I would imagine you're having conversations with them. Why haven't things panned out as you'd hoped today?
Good evening to the viewers of eNCA, viewers at home. Look, this is a milestone achievement that we've done. It was a result of a prolonged negotiations we had with Eskom. This didn't necessarily what it means. It means that City Power will then be the responsible ones to do load shedding in Johannesburg, taking over from Eskom. I think this is important because City Power in itself in Johannesburg, we are facing our own problems that are very unique. We are one of the most growing cities in the world. We all know that migration, everybody comes here. But I think one of the most fundamental reasons is that how do we save investment in Johannesburg? How do we make sure that the industries, large power users, those who are here who would have employed a lot of people are having security of energy? That would have been our bottom line. Number two will be, what do we do after we have experienced a lot of interruption, water interruption from around water side that affected the city of Johannesburg. So this thing, what we'll do, it means that we are going to be exempting Joburg water. We are going to be exempting rent water reservoirs, especially the one that is problematic, which is Sekirabot purification plant. That all the time gives us a city of Johannesburg problems in terms of water supply. So those are the two major things. But again, I must indicate that we are in the process of what we call a load curtailment agreement that we are doing with big businesses in Johannesburg. So we are pleading with all industries that are big, who are here, want to run their own business, factory, create jobs, become our own ratepayers. Come forward, apply for curtailment agreement, will be done. We have done such as PPC, cement, we've done them. We are busy now with Coca-Cola in the process of exempting them.
Right. So your reasons,
that come forward so that we work together.
Sorry to jump in there, but it makes a lot of sense what you're saying. You want to try and make sure that the economic hub of the country continues to do business. Also, you want to protect our water pump stations. We've seen how that has impacted. The power cuts impact the ability to pump water into the reservoir. So those are really good reasons. I suppose what I'm a little concerned about is this note from City Power, which says, "Good day, customers. We are aware of some of the concerns, especially in the northern suburbs, regarding the new schedule. There have been some technical errors during the onboarding due to the midnight overlap transition. We're busy rectifying, should be able to allocate blocks in the new schedule by later this evening." It's not a great start, and I think the citizens of Joburg, we've got used to load shedding as a country. All we ask really is just let us know when. So talk to me about these teething pains. When will they be fixed?
I think the line was very bad, but I think the question I could manage to get was that some areas where there are technical issues. The issue that I'm aware of is a part of the northern side of Johannesburg, where they are experiencing a prolonged an outage. Even after load shedding, they will still be able to not have electricity. That particular item is being addressed. We are busy with that. There are areas that I know that are affected, for instance, where we are doing a network reconfiguration currently to try and fix some of those problems. We all know that everything when you started, there shall be those hidden problems, but we have experienced very minimum for now. We're working very hard to resolve them. But I think this is at their own benefit. Thanks very much.
All right. So my understanding of some of the benefits is that unless we go so bad as to stage 8, which let's hope we don't, we won't in Joburg 4-hour blocks anymore, hardly ever, only if we go beyond stage 8. I want to ask you from a consumer's point of view, most of us are used to checking our schedules on apps like Eskom, Sepush example. Is that going to be updated? Are you working with apps like that to make sure that there's a seamless transition for the people of Johannesburg when they're trying to figure out when they're having load shedding?
Most definitely, that's our intention, to upload our system so that our residents will be updated on regular basis. But again, I must indicate that if Eskom will say to us we are on level 1, 2, 3, for instance, we won't be able to have a prolonged load shedding. What we're going to do, instead of having a 1-hour outage every day, we'll end up having a 1 hour, maybe 3 times a week, not daily as people used to experience it. I think that's part of one of the benefits. But we're also working on other intervention that are long term and obviously short term, to try and move citizens of Johannesburg, from relying 100% from Eskom.
Okay. I wonder if it creates more flexibility for City Power. We know that one of the problems City Power has had is they have general technical breakdowns because it's a very aging system, and they can do nothing when there's a 4-hour block of load shedding. Does this give the city more flexibility to work with some of the problems in our electricity infrastructure?
No, you're correct. Look, we are experiencing, in fact, our infrastructure is very old, and there's a backlog of maintenance. And I must indicate here that City Power, just a few weeks ago, they went to market to advertise for contractors that are going to be dealing with that particular backlogs of maintenance across. But again, regardless of what we can call an aging infrastructure, we also have a very serious issue of vandalism in the city of Johannesburg. Our cables are being stolen left, right, and center. During the time of load shedding, we are experiencing that. A lot of our energy and finances are channeled to reinstalling some of those stolen cables that are being stolen by criminals during load shedding. Hence, this particular agreement, ourselves and Eskom, we view it that it will obviously assist us in a long way to address some of the thorny issues that affect the city of Johannesburg.
So just explain to me, when the country is on stage 2, Johannesburg will also be on stage 2, but you've been given the power to divvy up the areas as you see fit. You are making sure that water infrastructure is exempt. I would imagine that quite a lot of the hospitals are exempt. How then can you say that there'll be less load shedding? Because the example you just gave me seemed to suggest that stage 2 means less load shedding for most Joburgers, or did I misunderstand you?
No, you didn't. In fact, the point that you have spoken about of Rand water and Joburg water purification plants, water infrastructure. So we are intending to exempt such, including hospitals. That shall include schools, clinics, and so on. Those most essential services in the city of Johannesburg. But necessarily, what we will say that if you are on stage 4, where in fact you will then have a prolonged, let's say, in a period where you must have a 4-hour outage, you might have one today and one tomorrow, not continual on daily basis like as it normally used to happen. But necessarily, I think those part of our own long-term responsibility to say that let us not have water outages because of the power issues in Johannesburg, also the power issue in Rand water purification plant in Vaal. We're intending to exempt such across Johannesburg, including large power users, which is business sectors.
Okay. I understand that 4-hour blocks go, but so for example, today on stage 2, it means a total of 3 hours, 30 minutes broken into 2 chunks. Will stage 2 in Joburg mean the same amount of time without power going forward?
No, it shall mean that we'll have a power outage for only 1 hour in a day. and you might have another 1 hour after another 2 days or so. But it won't be happening as it used to happen, like every day, where you must be load shed 1 hour in the morning, at some stage 1 hour in the evening. Here is 1 hour a day, and we might...
Okay. All right. I think we've got a bit of a dodgy line, but I think we'll have to catch up once all the systems are up and running for City Power here in Johannesburg to take over Eskom load shedding for the city. That was Jack Sekwaila, MMC for Environment Infrastructure Services in the city of Johannesburg.